Summer's here, and I paired up with my good friend Johnny Payne for the Freedom Tour. Johnny, tell them about our first stop.
Oh, we're going to have plenty of fun. May 29th, Knoxville, Caribbean Jerk Fest. Johnny Payne and the True Believers will be there. We'd love to see y'all in the house. May 29th, Knoxville, Jerk Fest. God bless.
It's Albert Prince Bell, 21-0 checking in, and you rocking with Keeping It Real Sports. And we gonna be on these. We're gonna be on a lot of times. I love the platform. Check in. It's the new wave. Like, follow, subscribe, and do all that good stuff.
Sports.
Here, you're there. I'm ready to keep it real. I'm the real sports guy, Steve Taylor. He is the Sandman, Andy Sanzada. Talk to me, Sandman. What you got?
Steve Taylor, the sunshine has finally come to be in our presence this week, so I'm happy about that. And we got a little something new for everybody this week as well.
Yeah, tell us, man, we got quick hitters, man. Basically the news and notes, man, in the sports world. We've got to hurry up. What we're going to give you the NHL review. We're going to give you the boxing beat. We'll go between the gloves for that. And we're going to give you our draft grades. This is according to CBS Sports. We're going to give you all the draft grades on all of the teams. And we're going to go head to head. You better be ready, because I darn sure are. And we got the return of Are You Serious? Oh, we got so much going on, and brand new segment, we call it Best Thing I Saw This Week. So much going on. Hey, so without further ado, let's get with what we call, Andy, the quick hitters.
Quick hitters.
All right, Steve, 2 weeks in a row now. We're going to start with Major League Baseball, but this one you're not going to be too happy about.
Don't get me started, bro.
Listen, I know that you told myself and everyone else how bad the Reds were going to be, but my God, I mean, we're already looking at historically bad. That pretty much sums up the season so far.
That's right, exactly. That's why I chose that particular picture, because not only is he upside down, so is the damn season. I told you, well, after the season, the first game, I said, we're probably not going to win another game. Well, we've probably gone on to lose 22 of the last 23 games. The owner has said that either you can like it or not, we'll move. Well, I tell you what, we don't care about this. We don't want that. We're not going to settle for this. You got rid of all-star third baseman Suarez. You got rid of all-star Jesse Winker. You got rid of Gold Glover Tyler Barnhart. Not to mention the plethora of pitchers that left. And then you let Nick Cass. Don't get me started on the Reds baseball.
Yeah. 3-22, I think says it all right there. A team that is not playing bad baseball, they're actually playing really good baseball, are the New York Mets. And come from behind, 7 runs down in the 8th inning the other night to beat the Phillies in Philadelphia. Steve, this is my pick for the World Series out of the National League, and I know they don't have the best record in the National League right now, but I just think that the complete makeup of this team come playoff time is what they need to get it done. And, you know, Buck Showalter has made a drastic difference in their clubhouse. And I think they picked the right guy to lead the team, and getting Max Scherzer didn't help either. Or it didn't hurt either.
Yeah. You score 7 runs to stun the Phillies in the 9th inning, and then you trot out Scherzer the next night. I mean, you talk about favorites, you think?
Yeah. I mean, they're going to be fun to watch, and it's the one team, other than maybe the Rangers, that I actually don't mind seeing winning in New York. So, you know, could we have an all New York World Series like we did in 2001? It's possible. The Yankees are playing well. They won 11 in a row earlier this week before they lost. So we'll have to see. But a lot of season left.
No, way too much.
Yeah, way too much. Yeah, exactly. All right, well, tonight is the Kentucky Derby, the first of the Triple Crown races. This one is by far, I think, Steve, the most popular. It looks like they're going to have perfect weather this year, finally. So that's going to be great for everybody that goes down there. Over 140,000 people to watch a 2-minute race. I mean, there's nothing like it in sports. Hopefully, Steve, this year, as we take a look at some of the lines coming in and some of the favorites, we get the result without any controversy.
That's
all I want. That's all I want. I want no controversy in the end result. I don't care who wins because I don't bet anyways. But you know, let's just have a race without having to talk about Bob Baffert or cheating.
We're going to have scandals. A Bob Baffert-less Derby this year.
Yes.
So you know, we'll start there. But Epicenter is eyes on film. Although Zandon is starting to come on, and Zandon is now down to 3-1. So I'm telling you, you know, this thing's wide open. But watch from the 15th position. Okay, the 15th position has won like 4 of the last 7 derbies. So watch out for White Barrow in the 15th position.
Okay, there you have it. And the thing is, the coverage for the event starts at like 3:00, right?
Yeah, your post time is at 6:57.
Yeah, just wait till 6:55. 6:55, and then I'll tune in.
Yeah, to 7:00, and then I'll turn the basketball game on.
Yeah,
you know, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, well, we got the Celtics and Bucks at 3:30, so we got something to watch before the race starts. Speaking of the NBA, a big return last night. Joel Embiid able to play, clearing concussion protocol. And Steve, I mean, we may have a different series now. He really is that impactful. And my friend, proving to you why he's my MVP. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but any questions? Any questions now, people? Any questions? Yeah, and that goes for you too, Andy, because see, you know, you and I be on the text thread, you know, and you was like, Steve, is he really going to make a difference? Yeah, he's going to make a damn difference because the attraction that he draws in the middle, his ability to be able to pass out to his shooters. You see Danny Green go 7 for 8 from the 3-point line last night, filling it up. You see that Maxey started to front the whole offense. So even James Harden looked like James Harden last night.
Yeah, but I still think in the end, Steve, just adding him to the lineup may not be enough to get them where they want to go. Maybe they do come back and win this series. I'll give you that. But I just don't think they can beat either Boston or Milwaukee. They don't have enough. To me, that's my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see. So, all right, there you have it. There's our quick hitters. So a lot less, a lot fewer than last week, I should say. Although I do want to add one more without the graphic. You know what tomorrow is, right? Besides Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. But Backlash, man.
Oh, good golly, Miss Molly.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? There's actually only one match I'm really super pumped to watch. I'll watch them all because I just love wrestling. But the I Quit match between Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. I'm telling you, that's going to be entertaining. It's going to be really entertaining. So that's the one I'm most excited about.
I tell you, man, it's so much, man, going on, man. We've got our entire draft grades to give you.
Yep.
Man, we've got to hurry up. Let's just go ahead and get into the hurry up.
Hurry up.
Oh, it's that time of year, and that means my Stanley Cup runneth over. Here we go, folks. It's a breakdown of the Stanley Cup playoffs 2022 edition. Let's take a look at the matchups. First of all, in the Eastern Conference on the right side, we've got the Washington Capitals and the Florida Panthers. Right now, that series is tied 1-1 as of Friday. Same thing with Tampa Bay and Toronto. They played Game 3 last night, as did Boston and Carolina. Carolina had a 2-0 lead in that series. And then Pittsburgh and New York will play later on tonight. That series is tied 1-1. Over in the Western Conference, you've got the Dallas Stars, the lowest scoring team in the NHL, somehow made the playoffs, and they will take on the Calgary Flames. The Los Angeles Kings, nobody expected to be in the playoffs. They've got the Edmonton Oilers, one of the Cup favorites coming into this season. My Cup favorite, the Colorado Avalanche, will take on the Nashville Predators. And then you've got Minnesota and St. Louis. Let's break down each individual matchup for you. First, let's start in the East. We've got the big one to watch out for, the two of the best players in the entire league. Alex Ovechkin, he has done it before. He's one of the greatest ever. Jonathan Huberdeau, who a lot of people feel will win MVP this year. Can he score enough to help Florida get past their hump of losing in the first round? Also going to come down to Sergei Bobrovsky in between the pipes. Over to the most physical series of the playoffs so far, and that would be Toronto and Tampa Bay. Now, Toronto got Wayne Simmons, who you see in this shot here. He was brought in for this. They need the grit. They need the physicality. That's what's been missing in years past. Can it help them get all the way to their end goal and return the Stanley Cup to Toronto for the first time in over 60 years? In the East, your favorites, my favorite, is the Carolina Hurricanes, and they've got the Boston Bruins, and they own the Boston Bruins this season. They've got their number. They've outscored the Bruins, counting the first two games of this series, 29-2 in 5 games. Look for this to be a quick series over in 5. And the last series in the East, you've got the Penguins and the Rangers. It's going to come down to these two gentlemen right here. The Vezina Trophy favorite in Igor Shesterkin, best goals against average, best goalie, best save percentage, everything best in the NHL this year. He is the reason the Rangers are in the position they are in. And of course, one of the greatest ever to do it, 3-time Stanley Cup champion Sidney Crosby for the Penguins. He has to be the one to get it done because they're on their third string goalie because their backup goalie got injured in the triple overtime game the other night, and he now is out for the season because he's got to have surgery. So it's up to Louis Domingue to get it done for the Penguins. I don't think he's going to have enough. Look for the Rangers to take this series in 5. All right, let's go over to the West now. A lot of people think that if the Cup comes back to Canada, it's going to go to Calgary. Here's the reason why. It's their offense. But last night, their goaltender, Dallas's goaltender, Jake Oettinger, pitched shutout to answer what Jacob Markstrom did in Game 1. So in this series, who will score? That's what it's going to come down to as far as winning it. I like Markstrom over Oettinger in the end. Markstrom led the NHL in shutouts with 9. I think Calgary squeaks by this series in 5, maybe 6 at the most. All right, the shocker. This is what everybody else will not pick, but I will. I'm going to take the Kings to upset the Oilers. I just don't trust Mike Smith in net. Connor McDavid is the best player on the planet. It's not even close. He scored a beautiful goal the other night, but the guy on the left, Anze Kopitar, has won 2 Stanley Cups, and he's got a goaltender that's done the same thing. Don't count out the Kings, and you don't want to play them either. I think they pull off the upset, but this series is going to go the distance. It'll go in 7. My odds-on favorite to win the Stanley Cup, I said it last year. I was wrong. I'm not going to be wrong this year. It's the Colorado Avalanche. They won in overtime the other night, as you see here in Game 2. Credit Nashville for coming out and playing really tough, but they are also on their backup goaltender in Connor Ingram. It's not going to be enough, and Cale Makar is maybe right there behind Connor McDavid. Colorado is not a team I would want to play. They just have too much talent. It's their turn to win a Stanley Cup. All right, when it comes to the last series, we're going to talk about the St. Louis Blues and the Minnesota Wild. It comes down to one player, and it's this guy, Marc-Andre Fleury. Minnesota went out, and they got him for this reason, because he's won Stanley Cups. He knows how to win in the playoffs, and even though Cam Talbot, their normal starting goaltender, made the All-Star game, they didn't think he could get it done in the playoffs. It's all on Fleury's shoulders. They have enough of a team in front of them to get it done. All right, my cup runneth over. That's it for the Stanley Cup playoffs. We'll check in with you once again here on Keeping It Real Sports.
Let's go between the gloves. Well, we'll start with last Saturday night as Shakur Stevenson moved to 18-0 with a unanimous 12-round decision over Oscar Valdez. Shakur Stevenson dominated the action from the very beginning, and he won on all 3 judges' scorecards going away. What's on deck tonight? We've got Canelo Alvarez looking to capture another championship as he moves up in weight to challenge Dmitry Bivol. He's 19-0. The Russian fighter is coming in. He's the champion, hits hard. This is going to be a very, very interesting fight. See how this one turns out for him. UFC 274.
Charles Olivier has been stripped of his lightweight title for failure to make weight by a half a pound. However, the title bout will go on as planned. Only Gaethje can win the title.
I'm looking forward to June the 5th as George Campos looks to get a little bit of home cooking as he will defend his championship against up-and-coming Georgia fighter Devin Haney. Devin Haney is a destructive fighter looking to move to 28-0. This is going to be a big-time fight. June the 5th in Australia. This really could happen. What will be the historical significance of Crawford versus Smith? This would go down as like Hagler Hearns-esque. Big time. We're looking forward to it. We hope we get to it. There you go. That is the boxing beat. We call it Between the Gloves.
Tell you what, Steve, anytime you get 2 undefeated fighters, it's going to be entertaining. That fight in Australia sounds like it's going to be one to watch for sure. I do want to I want to clarify something on my Stanley Cup breakdown. I was not aware until last night that Drew Doughty is out for the season for the Kings. So I'm probably going to be wrong on that one now, because that's a huge loss on their blue line for them to beat Edmonton. And, Mike Smith's holding his own for right now. I still think that's going to be a long series. I just don't know if I'm going to get it right. But
yeah, I don't know, man. McDavid was fantastic against last night, man.
8-2
last night. I mean, but I tell you, McDavid he's on a different plateau, man. I mean,
that's why I said it's not even close for him to be the best player in the league.
It's not close. It's not close. So, man, the NFL draft has come and it's gone. Give me your thoughts. Let's just look at the AFC first, Andy. So when we look at the AFC, what jumped out to you as, winners and possible losers? And then we'll go and see what CBS had to say about each team's draft.
Okay. So first and foremost, I think you and I agree that the talk of the draft and the team that got it right the most were the New York Jets. They had 2 picks in the top 10. They did exactly what they needed to do with both of those picks. And I thought they did a really good job of getting talent to fill gaps in other rounds as well. So I've got them at an A- for sure. Another team that really stood out to me was the other team, the Giants. They did pretty well also. But, a team nobody's really talking about because they didn't have a pick until the 3rd round is my Cleveland Browns. I thought the Browns got everything they needed with what they had, and the trades that they made set them up to be successful in next year's draft. And they're going to have to be successful in next year's draft, Steve, because unfortunately the rumors are picking up steam around here that Deshaun Watson is gone for at least a minimum of 9 games right now, which would be half of the season. And I just don't think with the quarterbacks on the roster, they can overcome that. So those are my initial thoughts on the AFC.
To me, on the AFC side, the Baltimore Ravens freaking nailed it. They got it right. They totally understand the draft. As did the Kansas City Chiefs. Now you could say, well, they didn't immediately address the loss of Tyreek Hill. So what? What they did was say, did you see our division? We got to get dudes, man, that can cover and get after the quarterback. So that's exactly what they did. They filled needs, and then they went out and they got a guy that could hit his head on the goalpost. Man, I think Kansas City got it right. That said, man, let's look at what CBS Sports had to say about all of the teams in the AFC.
What, is he, say that again.
Any of those you don't agree with?
You kind of broke up on me. I didn't hear you.
Any of those you don't agree with?
No, I think CBS was pretty close, man. They were bullish on Baltimore. They were very bullish on the Jets. They really liked the Chiefs draft. I thought Pittsburgh, man, did well. I
hate to say it, but yeah, I think you're right. But I think C was a little low on the Browns. I thought the Browns at least should have been in a B minus. I really think that they, answered a lot of questions.
The gut feeling was the first player that they took was they kind of reached for him. And that's just what they're saying,
That's fine. They can say that all they want. He played.
I mean, they feel the need. I thought the kid was, I sent you the
video
highlights on the kid.
Yeah. I mean, he played in the SEC, Steve, and he hardly allowed a deep ball or a touchdown. So but what do I know?
Right.
I'm just a guy that has a podcast, right?
Right. So there we go. Let's go. And is anything about the NFC that stood out to you? Who do you think nailed it in the NFC?
Well, I already talked about the Giants, right? I mean, that to me was obvious. And again, I think it's easy to say that because they had 2 top 10 picks as well. I actually like what the Cowboys did. I thought they did pretty well considering that they didn't have a first rounder either. Or no, they did have a first round. I stand corrected on that. But I think they got it right with that pick. NFC wise, I mean, New Orleans did well.
There you go. Thank you. The New Orleans Saints freaking nailed it.
Yeah. So, I mean, those would be the 3 that stood out to me the most.
Yeah. Let's look at the draft grades.
I got a question for you.
What's that?
There were a lot of trades that led to some of those picks, right? Trades for players that are already on the roster that make an impact. In your opinion, what was the most impactful trade that happened during the draft?
Philly getting A.J. Brown.
Okay.
I mean, they got the best receiver that they've had since Terrell Owens. So now they've got help for their young quarterback. You pair him with Devontae Smith. Okay, now you got weapons. The running game has never suffered. I mean, Philly is a team that really did well, and then their first pick I thought was excellent. They get the big kid, man, from Georgia. To help shore up that defensive line, and you plug him in with Fletcher Cox, man, and them dudes, man, Philly, watch out for them. By the way, Philadelphia made the playoffs last year.
They did at 9-7. Yeah, exactly. So, but I think that I agree with that. But I also think that Marquise Brown going to play with Kyler Murray could impact the Cardinals in a positive way. I'm not saying I'm picking them to win the West. That's just stupid. They don't have enough. But, it'll be interesting to see. But, I thought your Rams did a pretty good job considering they didn't have a first-round pick either. But like you said, Steve, F the picks, right? I mean, they always seem to get it right anyway.
We'll let you pick them, man. We want stars, man. We want stars.
Yeah, and just real quick, going back to Kansas City, that defense is going to be scary with Karlaftis on the edge. I think that was an excellent draft pick for them.
Yeah. So with that said, man,
let's move on to this.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
I hope you are ready for this smoke that I'm bringing today, because I'm bringing smoke today. Are you ready, sir?
When do you not bring smoke? I mean, come on.
See, there
you know,
it is. There
but
it
we're
is.
pressed on time, so we got to fly through this here.
Well, let's go through it.
All right, where are we going first?
Let's go Dillon Brooks.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
Dillon Brooks suspended for game 3. Is that fair or foul?
It's fair. I'll tell you why it's fair. He broke the guy's elbow, okay? It was a dirty hit. Look at that shot right there. Right there. He didn't even go for the basketball. That is clearly intentful. They had to do something about it. And with Draymond Green on the other side, they had no choice, Steve. They had to suspend him, okay? You may not agree with it. I know in the 80s that this wouldn't even be a foul, let alone a suspension, but this ain't the 80s, my friend. We're in the pussy ball league now, and that's what happens, okay? So there you go.
Are you seriously going to sit there and say that? Are you seriously going to sit there and say that that's foul? Are you serious? I mean, he was going for the basketball. He shouldn't even been thrown out of the game in the first place. Are you serious? This is why I call today's players SOFF. No damn team. Soft. They soft as hell. They can't play. So don't come telling me that Durant can play in the 80s, because you saw what he got against the Celtics. What the hell do you think he would have got against the Pistons? Man, you get up, you shoot your foul shots, and you shut what they call the hell up. Man, dude, I can't help it if you don't know how to take a fall. Shit, maybe you ought to go wrestle a little bit. Learn how to take a damn bump. You know about taking bumps.
I know about taking bumps.
Yeah. So don't come telling me that that's fuck. Get out of here, man. Dillon Brooks should be playing, man. This is the NBA saying we won 7 games in this series. That's what the NBA is. So I said.
I can't disagree with that. All right, where are we going next? You got the Celtics up here. What do you want to talk about here?
All right. Celtics defense has finally cracked through. Has Boston cracked the Giannis Milwaukee Bucks cheat code?
Yeah, I mean, I know it's head-to-head, Steve, but you might be onto something here, really. They did a number on him in game 2, and now we're going to see what kind of coach Mike Budenholzer is, because he's got to go out and make those adjustments, because if they figured out how to defend Giannis, now he's got to come up with game plan B, and I just don't know if he has the ability to do that without Chris Middleton, by the way, which I told you would be a problem.
My brother. You spend too much time watching hockey, breaking down hockey. You're not.
Well, that's what I do, okay?
The games. You're not looking at the games, because if you look at the game 2, it was Giannis defending himself, because Giannis had open shooters and he decided to want to play 1-on-5 basketball. The adjustment tonight will be kicking out the shooters, and you'll be hearing guys like Connaughton knocking down threes, guys like
Grayson Allen
knocking down threes. Okay. Yep. That's what's going to happen tonight. We don't need Chris Middleton. Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes. Man, I told you about being Monday morning quarterback. Listen, come on, man.
I got Milwaukee coming out, so I hope I'm wrong, okay? But, we'll see. We'll see. All right, what are we finishing up with? We got Steph and Ja here.
All right. Bigger impact. Ja Morant, Steph Curry.
Oh, come on. I mean, this ain't even close to me. It's got to be Ja Morant. He's the next best thing in the NBA. He's an up-and-coming superstar. He's the next closest thing to Kobe Bryant I think we've seen in a very long time. And listen, Steve, Steph is without question the greatest shooter of all time, okay? Without question. But he's got more help than Ja does. I think it's got to be Ja Morant in this debate.
My brother. Did you not see my tears last week
were you not on the show where I had Steph Curry in the superstar category and I had Ja Morant on the rising stars line for a reason? He is a rising star. Steph Curry is a superstar. It's a difference when the fit hits the sham. Steph Curry will be there. And we saw it in game one when Ja Morant went one-on-one, and who was guarding him?
Steph Curry.
It was Steph Curry.
Yep.
So who had the bigger impact? The superstar.
Okay, but if Ja Morant makes that layup, it's 2-1 the other way.
And if my auntie had nuts, she'd be my uncle.
Uncle, yeah. All right, all right. You win the head-to-head this week. I'll concede.
Oh man,
Okay.
that was fun, man. That was fun.
It's always fun. Anything we do is fun. You know that. It's been that way for 20 years.
It really is. But Andy, I tell you, let's close out the show, man. And I'm gonna tell you the best thing that I saw this week.
Drilled to left field. A long home run for Aaron Judge. Into the second deck, his 9th of the season. And the Yankees have tied it. Fan catching the home run ball from Aaron Judge out in left field. It's now 1-1 game.
You say he gets away with a lot of those, and it's hard for hitters to square him up. We don't see that a whole lot, but Judge was on it.
Not only a Yankee fan wearing a Judge t-shirt, it's a Blue Jay fan. Looked like a Blue Jay dad giving that Yankee kid the home run ball. So good job by everybody out there. And how about some pretty nice sportsmanship by a Blue Jay fan out there, giving that young Yankee fan a ball. Boy,
man,
that was really cool. And you know what was even cooler about that is Aaron Judge wanted to meet both of them, not just the kid, the next day, and they both got a chance to meet Aaron Judge. You know, the Yankees, Steve, to me, are the class of Major League Baseball. They just do things the right way. Their fans are not, as we saw a couple weeks ago, but the Yankees themselves are the class of Major League Baseball. Hats off to Aaron Judge. Hats off to the Yankees for making a kid's dream come true.
So let's close the show with.
No one has ever done that. No one has ever done that in the history of Dota.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious?
Are you serious? This Are You Serious is centered around Patrick Beverly, who was on vacation and wanted to chime in on the performance of Ja Morant as he went out and dropped 47 on Golden State. Pat Bev goes to tweet. He never got 47 on us. Pat Bev, do you remember this? The reason that you're on vacation in the first place? Or how about this for memory? Yeah, that was against you. Come on, Pat Bear. Are you serious? Deuces.
No one has ever done that. No one has ever done that in the history of Dota.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious?
Are you serious?
Some guys just never learn, do they,
Just
Steve?
never learn, man. Just never learn. Are you serious, Pat Bev?
Man, are you serious? Are we done with the show already?
We're done
Holy
with
cow.
the show, man. I tell you, man, it's been fun, man, but we got to run, man.
And until next time.
So until next week.
Love.
And peace. Deuces.